Good morning, everyone. This is Dan O'Sullivan with your Bucks Island area fishing report for Saturday, August the 3rd. Hey, we got our usual crowd with a fill-in. We got Lee, Tom, and Gentry. And then, of course, we got Tracy Robinson, who's going to fill in a little bit this week. We'll be right back with what the guys have to say. Hey, we're joined by our good friend Tom Ott. Going to talk a little bit of Guntersville bass fishing, maybe throw in a little bit of other things, whatever's going on up there, Tom.
Well, I tell you what, Dano, we've got a little bit of rain, a lot of rain, depending on what part of the town, what part of the state you were in. But Guntersville got a lot of rain. We've got a lot of rain up north. We've got a lot of water moving through. About the best thing that does is, it oxygenates the water, it gets the fish a little more active, certainly, but a lot of floating grass out there. So, you gotta fight with all the same old things, a lot of traffic. The boat traffic, probably wreck traffic's been a little bit more than usual here lately. But anyway, the fish are still just chewing it up. I think you can do just about anything. It's kind of like one of those early or late spring, early summer kind of deals where you can catch fish, in 3 foot of water. You can go out to the ledges and catch them out there. They're doing a lot of roaming. There's tremendous amounts of bait out there. So, I mean, you really gotta work at it. If you find some fish, you're not getting bit, just keep changing up or making some short moves. I've been fishing a lot of the grass. Chatterbait's still really catching a lot of fish. I mean, it's kind of weird how that's working, and it's worked so long into the summertime. But then get out on the ledges, and of course, the cheater rig, as Lee calls it, but the Carolina rig. And, of course, the big jig is still catching a lot of fish out there, guys.
What about striper? Are you starting to see any boils going on yet?
Oh, man, I'm telling you, I've seen so many, the fish are really starting to school up, the largemouth, the stripe. But, you can see schools that are, 50, 60, 100 yards wide just coming up. So if you got a kid, get you a little spoon, go out there, or maybe even a marabou hair jig or something and white. So you got a single hook. You're not messing with all those trebles, with the other ones. You can really catch a lot of fish. When they come up, you're going to just throw it out there. And as my friend said, you throw it out there and close the bail. And then when you start reeling, you'll have one.
So, man. That sounds like a lot of fun. Any other species going on? Are we seeing any catfish or anything?
Oh, well, yeah, you always catch catfish. And the drum are really prolific right now. So you catch all the drum you want, catfish occasionally. I see a lot of catfishermen out there, fishing along the channel edge. The crappie really slowed down. The brim somewhat slowed down. You can still catch those around your brush piles and docks and things like that. But, as far as just going out and having fun, I think your best bet's probably going to be getting on those whites, or something like that, or just waiting for those bass to come up to school in the larger bays.
Well, Tom, keep it straight out there. Have fun. Make sure to keep your life jackets in the boat. Talk to you soon, brother.
Absolutely, guys. Tie lines. We'll see you next time.
Hey, we're joined by Gentry Gordy. Going to talk a little bit of Lake Martin and Jordan Lake fishing. Jordy? Hold on. Gentry, what is it we got to do to go ahead and reach the Taha?
Stay home. No, look, me and my wife rode up to Martin this week, and it was just, one of them afternoon deals. I said, hey, it's a little drive, but let's go. Man, we got up there. It was probably 5 o'clock in the afternoon during the week, so I thought, it won't be bad. Ski boats still, it's like they're just trying to get it in, right before the summer ends. But just crystal clear, super hot water, 88, 89. And I look for the creeks or, some of the pockets that's got a runoff in it. And I tried. I forced it on them shallow, but, man, they just are not there. Pulled off to the closest, the rock formations that Martin's just eat up with, where it came down and kind of hit the sand and that transition right there in about 20 feet. I was able to pull up a few right there. It is fun, they're out there, the spotted bass. But I tried to force it shallow, and it's not there. But as soon as it got dark and all those green lights come on, man, you pull up over the crankbait and the bait fish are there. The 2-pound spots are there, just eating the crankbait and the jerk bait. It's a lot of fun. You really just got to go at night if you want to catch a bunch of fish.
Is it can you fish a jig or anything around them too, or is it you want to keep moving?
No, I always throw a jig up there. But I did when we went the other night. Everything I caught was on a moving bait. I couldn't get them to hit the jig. But you could go up there 2 nights later and catch them all on a jig. Just
depends on the day. All right, let's turn our attention to Jordan Lake. Tell me what's going on at Jordan.
Jordan's a little bit better. Just there's just a lot more cover and grass and stuff at Jordan. And two, I did the same. Look for a lot of those pockets on Jordan, especially on the the right hand side going up the lake. They have a little bit of runoff. So when if you're up there right after one of them afternoon showers we've been getting, you can force it on them a little better back there. It's like them fish are seeking that cooler water running in. The bait fish are starting to pile up at the mouths of the pockets. So you can pick your poison, but it's just, they're there and then they're gone. They might be in this pocket, not in that pocket. So you got to put some time in. And of course, you run up the river when they start pulling the water.
Yeah, well, that's been going on a lot with all the rains we've been getting. All right, man, I appreciate everything, Gentry. We will talk to you again next week, my friend. Hey, we got the birthday boy, Lee Pitt's going to join us. Lee's just celebrated his 29th birthday. Now he's going to talk a little bit of fishing. Lee, let's start at Neely Henry today. What's going on?
Neely's kind of fishing the same, had the Coosa Trail down there and had some good stringers come from it. You can see how it really fell off after that top 10. Everybody had more of the 12, 13 on down to 8 and 9 pounds, but there was some good stringers up top for any time of year. But it's that finding the right little place where some fish had pulled up to feed. A lot of that you're fishing current, and if they're not pulling water and you go up river, you're just sitting there watching the clock. But Neely still got some fish if you can find some calmer water, a timing deal in that grass. You can hit that grass pretty early, kind of come back and punch it through the day and just keep it honest. Make sure, checking for fish that have rolled up in there. But the majority of it, you're looking for eddy spots, wood cover, some of the lay downs and some of the deeper little brush piles and things like that. And I think that's why some of these guys that went way up that river and some of the not so travel spots that give these fish a little bit of chance to kind of calm down some, that's the guys that are catching fish right now.
So is it just a flipping deal, or are you able to catch them on moving baits? What are they doing?
Yeah, when you get a little water moving or up around some of those eddy spots and things like that, you can catch them on spinnerbaits. And the guys that get that good 4 or 5 pound bite topwater early, that gives you something you can kind of calm down a little bit and slow down, and that just helps your day go. But it's getting that good quality bite. And a lot of that is that first 30, 45 minutes. If you got a little cloud cover, it extends that. But you get a good bite or two early, it helps you calm down some. And you can, a lot of guys have gone to pitching worms right now. They're pitching that little straight tail worm and just something real subtle that these fish can go pick up. And you had to dig through some small fish, but you pop that good 3, 4 pound bite. Hey, it sure does help you bag.
All right, we got about 30 seconds left. Let's touch on Weiss. What's going on there?
Weiss has been pretty good this week. We've had a little bit of weather issues. We've had some pop-up thunderstorms that have kind of kept this water a little cool. And with those storms, we've had a little wind. So the water has stayed up, fairly good. It's probably an inch or two low. But some of this thicker grass more towards the river is holding some fish. I talked to some guys, and they, we're talking about the grass bite still kind of holding on pretty good. That's that grass bite that's more out towards the mouth of some of these places. You're not going to go back in there in that super, super skinny water, where these fish are back there just boiling. They're going to get on out where you got a little bit of depth in front of these grass beds. Like I said, again, the frog bite has not been good this week and last week. It's just been a little slow. You've had to throw something in there that they can just kind of come get. some kind of plastics D-bomb, something like that. A jig's been real good, but it's just it's a waiting game on it. You got to drop it within a foot of him because he's not going to chase it and run out there and get it.
Lee, as always, brother, we appreciate everything. We will talk to you again next week, my friend. Hey, we got Tracy Robinson filling in this week on the Logan Martin and Lay Lake Report. Tracy, what's going on at Logan Martin?
Logan Martin had a little bit of current this week. We had some rains there, so the fish bit seemed like a little bit better this week. Had some hit and miss clouds and sunshine, so the topwater bite happened a little bit during the day too on some of the sea walls and some of the bank stuff there. So current stuff kind of was more an afternoon bite there with the turbines running at both dams there, but that's the only thing that I had going on. A couple of my buddies going on is fishing the current in the afternoons. The bite in the morning on the seawall, which is usually pretty good at Logan on spook bite, top water type stuff. Middle of the day got really tough. Didn't catch a lot of fish. Tried some grass fishing. Didn't get hardly any bites in the grass. Fished a lot of the docks. Every now and then get a bite, but it was really slowed. So between the time the morning bite ended and the current came on, pretty tough and a little bit of a lull there. So that's my take on Logan for the week.
Yeah, and I know the only way you're probably going to get a bite in that slack tide is to go finesse stuff, maybe offshore, but that might even be a little bit tough too. All right, let's turn our attention to Lay Lake now. I know Lay Lake's got some unique situations there with the standing timber and the way the lake is laid out. What are you hearing out of Lay?
Yeah, I didn't get to Lay in the past 2 weeks, but I've got, the big ABT championship coming up down there, so I'm going to be spending a lot more time down there. But I'm keeping a pretty close tab on it with the guys down there. A couple of the guys that I talk to routinely this week included were grass fishermen mostly. They're still punching a good bit and catching some good fish punching. The numbers aren't there, but they're getting some good quality bites. A little bit of timber fishing with the crankbaits and the timber. There's probably a vertical opportunity in that timber, but I haven't talked to anybody that's doing that. But more so, the crankbait in the timber is what I've got some feedback on is working.
Are you talking deep crankbaits? Are you talking square bills? What are you talking about? What do they want to do?
The guy that I mostly talk to, he's using forward-facing sonar down there, and sometimes it is higher up in the tree, and sometimes on down. I'm gonna say 12 foot or less, but more so using the forward-facing sonar, seeing the fish in the timber and throwing at them.
Gotcha. The jerkbait works really well for that too, as does the swim bait. Any other tips, Tracy? What should people be looking for right now?
I think as we're kind of getting, I don't want to call it fall yet, but those fish are starting to kind of think more so about the bait fish. And it seems like the bait fish is kind of the key, whether the turbines are running, the current or not. So seeing a lot more fish being caught whenever you're seeing the bait balls. Neely Henry fish did a good bit. I know it's not a Neely report, but anywhere I was riding up the lake, I start seeing the bait balls. I'd start catching fish when I stopped fishing in those areas. Didn't have to be throwing at the bait balls of the bait, but just in the general area of the lake where the bait is, something about that area is attracting the bait, obviously attracting the fish that are eating it as well.
Yeah, that'll run through the Coosa River.
Yes, sir.
Tracy, appreciate everything, my friend. Thanks for filling in this week, and we'll talk to you again soon. Well, that'll wrap up our Bucks Island Area Fishing Report for Saturday, August the 3rd. Thanks to the guys for helping us. Helps us put a few fish in the boat. And, of course, folks, if you're looking for things that you need to shop, whether it's keep your boat running, we got the parts department and the service department to help you. If you're looking for that dream boat, we still got some available. Probably got some pretty good deals over there, too. See Katie and the sales team. Of course, if you're looking for tackle, go upstairs to the loft. And we will talk to you again next week. You are the best part of Bucks Island, and you are appreciated.